I don't see him getting it from here. He's out already.
Sokoudjou goes to side control, drills in the right hand to the jawline. And again, hammer fist strike on the side of the head from Sokoudjou.
Yeah, not the greatest position for Minowa man to be in, but right now he's still just humping for that takedown. Look at him.
Double leg from Minowa again, tries to pull guard inside the half guard here, Sokoudjou.
Now to the other side with the leg lock.
What he's doing is he's pulling like a position to go for that submission. He's not really pulling guard. What he's doing is he's pulling with his leg in between there so he can go bring his leg on the outside. Oh, nice knee.
Oh, it left his jaw dangerously exposed for the Muay Thai clinch and knee back in the side control for some groundwork again.
Really bad position here from Minowa man.
Under 2 minutes remaining. Only 5-minute rounds here tonight as opposed to the usual 10-minute opening round.
Sokoudjou really taking control here.
Oh, it takes the back and he's going to try and choke him here, Sokoudjou.
Oh,
Minowa man in trouble. Minowa man in trouble, but he's out now and again gives his back. Will Sokoudjou try and sink the rear naked choke once more? And he does. He's got the hooks in.
The resiliency of Minowa man right now. I mean, he's just taking abuse and never giving up. Got the samurai spirit in him.
He's got an enormous heart, has Minowa man. And just trying to control that right arm of Sokoudjou, not allowing the Cameroonian fighter to loop it under the chin and get the blood choke on.
Yeah, we've never really seen Sokoudjou from this position try to go for a submission. I can't remember in any of his fights him ever being here working for the submission.
Minowa man's going to work for a submission. Meanwhile, on the left foot here of Sokoudjou.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to get something from there. Toe lock, maybe.
Yeah. An inverted heel hook, inverted toe hold is pretty tough to get. I mean, you can do it, but you don't see it often.
Here's the master of the crazy submissions, is Minowa man. And crossface there from Sokoudjou. Catches him with a couple of right hands. You see the welts already on the right cheek and orbital bone of Minowa man as Sokoudjou once again taking Minowa's back.
Yeah, just maintaining the position here. You know, it's strange. Thierry Sokoudjou must be changing up his techniques because, you know, before you'd see him only stay on top and try to punch. Now he's trying to pull a submission on the submission expert, Minowa man.
How about that? Elbows to that damaged right knee there from Minowa man on the ground. Always inventive, always thinking as Minowa man.
All's fair in love and mixed martial arts.
Yeah, not horribly sportsmanlike of him, but definitely thinking.
Who am I to judge, really?
Yeah, really.
Here it is, into the first round. We do have 3 judges scoring on a 10-point must system. That said, Guy, how do you score the opening?
I think Sokoudjou, controlled it, did the best. He landed the strikes, a few, not that he had really close to any submissions or anything, but he had the most convincing ones.
Mayhem, if you're in the corner of Minowa man, what are you telling the punk to do differently in the second round?
Well, I mean, his style of fighting is much different than I'm used to. You know, he's really going for those Hail Mary submissions where he's jumping into a bad position. I would tell him to be more effective with mixing his striking and his takedowns. So that way, it's easier to catch Sokoudjou off guard and possibly get him to the ground where you can effectively, do the submissions.
Minowa man, a pro mixed martial arts record 43-30-8, a massive 28 submission wins. 12 of those coming either via heel hook or toe hold. He's had more submissions than a high school newspaper. Can he lock one on in the second round here against Sokoudjou? But unofficially, as Sexy Beast #1 Guy Mezger said, first round goes to Sokoudjou.
And Sokoudjou looks relaxed. He doesn't look tired. He looks nice and relaxed, rested. So, I think Minowa man needs to put more pressure on it. That's kind of been Sokoudjou's problem, is he kind of fades. But Minowa's not putting any pressure on to make him, exert too much energy.
Big hello to Nick Leap, Nickman 9000, the comic king. I know he's enjoying this one, a big Minowa man fan, as many of us are. Minowa man's face tells the tale of the first round ground and poundage, though, from Sokoudjou. Look at the red welts on that right cheek of Minowa, and if you see a shot of his hamstring, you can almost see the toes imprinted on the hamstring of Minowa, courtesy of a leg kick very early on in the first round.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't very effective in that first round. Got caught with a lot of stuff, and, he tried his submissions, but if you don't get those and you end up on bottom, you end up with a pink cheek like Minowa man's got right now.
Again, a very tentative start to the round, as we saw in the first stanza.
Yeah, I don't understand this. I figure Sokoudjou should have a lot of confidence right now going in this round and come out guns blazing, but apparently, you know, he wants to take his time and make sure not. Oh, good exchange there.
Sokoudjou actually faked the right hand, and then he's got on the inside, he popped an uppercut. Overhand right from Minowa. Needs to be careful and not to leave his chin exposed. Again, wades in with an overhand right. Looks to lock onto a double leg here, just backing Sokoudjou against the ropes.
Yeah, he looks to be effectively mixing his striking with those takedown attempts, you know, and not getting hit on the way in. That's the important part. Oh. He's trying to work the submission now. Now the heel hook looks to be locked on.
Solid right hands from Sokoudjou. Yeah. This is the aggressive, powerful ground and pound that Sokoudjou is renowned for. We've seen it so far in his 2 Super Hulk fights to get here.
Well, not only is Minowa Man going to have pink cheeks from these shots, he's going to have a lower IQ if he keeps this up. These are not good shots to be taken.
North-south position here, works the knees to the shoulder blade, does Sokoudjou. You can hear the breathing all mic'd up in that corner.
Real heavy, labored breathing from both competitors right now. I'm surprised. You know, that exchange is pretty heated right there. I think that if Sokoudjou right now postures up, starts landing shots, this could be over pretty quick.
I think Sokoudjou had a really good takedown attempt, just a little bit too close to the ropes that, you know, he could catch himself in a sitting position there.
Inside the half guard here, Sokoudjou.
Yeah, Minowa Man has now stopped grappling, which is terrible. He really needs to start moving now, or you know, the more shots you take from here, the more likelihood that the fight will be over soon. But, you know, Sokoudjou looks like he's not, you know, he's just content to be here on top, not doing anything.
I guess a lot of people thought it may have been a much more aggressive fight than we're seeing at the moment, with a lot more submission attempts from Minowa and a lot more ground and pound from what we've seen from Sokoudjou guy.
Yeah, I think he may have run himself out a little bit. I mean, even though he's in a dominant position, you know, like you said, Guy, he is known to fade. And here in round 2, he's deep into round 2, and it doesn't look like he's got a lot of gas in the gas tank. I'd like to see him come out a little harder right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think also, too, he's being a little more cautious. You know, he knows that now it's a 10-point, you know, must system. And so he's, you know, probably thinking, I won the first round. If I can muscle out the second round. You know, I think he's just fighting a more cautious fight than he is really super tired at this point. But, you know, either way, Minowa Man needs to be pushing this fight.
Yeah. I mean, Minowa Man needs to start working off of his back right now instead of just resting. Oh, looking for the leg lock here is Minowa Man. If he can get this sweep, this could be bad news for the dreadlock hero.
Sokoudjou still in top position, stuck inside the half guard here. And he drills that right hand again. That'll ring your bell. Minowa Man closes the guard. Puts that triangle around the leg there of Sokoudjou. Sokoudjou again, just getting that right arm free and working to the left side of the temple of Minowa. 1 minute remaining here in the second round of 3. Minowa tries to control the back of the head, not allowing Sokoudjou to posture up and work those hands. Just tuck that one to the chin, that one to the orbital bone. It's all about looking for a submission for Minowa Man off of his back, as it was against Hongman Choi at Dream 11, as it was against Bob Sapp at Dream 9. And Sokoudjou wants to get that right arm free. He does now. What should Minowa be doing here, Guy Mezga?
Well, if you see his bandaged knee there, you know, what he's trying to do is go underneath him and pull in a submission. He needs to get that knee across Sokoudjou's body so he can get some leverage in order to roll him, and he's not.
Hammer fist strike.
He's just trying to muscle it with just there. He's just...
Oh, Minowa Man trying to roll and lock up the right leg. Here we go!
Oh my God.
Exactly. He may be out. He may be too low on the knee to get it.
He went for the knee bar! Right on the bell!
Wow.
Guy, had he had another 15 or 20 seconds, would he have locked it on?
I think he was a little bit too low for it, but it actually, you know, you see Sokoudjou there, Terry, he stood up, he's kind of limping a little bit, he checked his knee, so that was pretty good attempt, though.
Mayhem, you called it right at the start of the fight when you saw the bandaged leg of Sokoudjou. You called that it'd be like painting a target on the leg of the Cameroonian.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Minowa Man tends to go to the submission on that side anyway, So it's even better when he sees that. And look how close the submission got. Sokoudjou pulls his knee out just a little bit, but look,
it's actually good. You know,
hyperextended.
he might have been able to pull that out.
Wow.
You know, I mean,
very close. Way to turn up the drama, Minowa, man.
Yeah, because again, this probably changes the dynamics of that round. I mean, you know, the Japanese love the submission attempts, so this could have been a Minowa man round when normally, you know, this would have been Sokoudjou round.
Yeah, he went for a few more, you know, he went for a few submission attempts, and Sokoudjou landed a few hard shots in that round. I mean, that could have been anyone's round.
Who would you give that to? I'm just curious.
You know, I think for those strong submission attempts, it could be Minowa, man.
Yeah. Maybe an even. Yeah, I think
maybe
it's an even fight.
But yeah, I mean, this could be even. Goes down to this round.
Third and final round.
I'm with you there.
Sokoudjou came in minus 325, Minowa at plus 265.
Made it a very competitive fight, though. I mean, you know, Sokoudjou has come closer, I think, to possibly finishing the fight. Who knows? You know, I mean, this is a toss-up right now.
A very emotional contest here. The majority of 37,000 fans here at the Saitama Super Arena surely behind Minowa man. And once again, as we have the previous two rounds, both men sensitive starts.
Yeah, definitely. Very tentative. You know, I mean, I know they respect one another. Minowa man definitely respects the power in the hands of Sokoudjou, and Sokoudjou does not want to get taken down. So oftentimes you'll find that in a match like this, you know, where guys will be more tentative in the striking portion.
Yeah, I think Minowa man needs to go back to what he did before, which is kind of throw that looping right hand into the clinch. And Thierry needs to start using that jab. He's got an effective jab. He's very good at distance. I don't know why, you know, he's not a little bit more. Maybe he's tired, like you said. You know?
Yeah, I think that it's a matter. They burned themselves out there in that first round, really fighting for position. And you know, they've come out in round 2 and 3. You know, these guys are big guys. You know, you can't really tell from your TV screen, but these are big. That's
they
a
look
lot
like
of
big
meat.
guys.
That's
They look like big guys on TV.
Okay. Well, my TV is kind of small, but yeah, these are big meat trucks that are just hammering each other.
Minowa man at 185, Sokoudjou at 205, and the referee could caution them for a second time here, and he will. If he starts to fire the yellow cards, which he may, it'll be an instant 10% purse deduction for both Minowa and Sokoudjou.
Ouch.
And then the next time, I mean, they bring out the cattle prods.
yeah, barbed wire whips. But yeah, and you know, I'm not a huge fan of the yellow cards, you know, thing, but that was definitely a just yellow card. These guys are not fighting.
Yeah, I'm not sure why so tentative now. If I was Minowa man, I would recognize that I was close to that submission attempt, and it would give me a little confidence going in for that double leg again.
And I'd recognize that I tried to put it on with only 10 seconds remaining, and once again, time is ticking down here.
Yeah, you know, and Sokoudjou, he's trying to glide through this fight. I mean, I don't think he's convincingly won yet. No one's done anything. It's been 2 minutes into the fight.
And I also, too, I think, you know, Minowa man knows. I don't see Thierry Sokoudjou countering with that right knee. So I think, you know, I think he needs to lunge in there and go for that takedown.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that they're not doing anything.
Looks like it's turning into a blinking contest at the moment. And once again, referee is going to pull out another yellow card. It'll be another 10% off the purse of both Minowa and Sokoudjou. So both men are now going home 1/5 the poorer after tonight.
Good Lord, that's as bad as the IRS.
Someone has to throw down here in the final round. 2 minutes 20 remaining.
If they don't do something soon, I'm going to take off my damn suit jacket and get in there. This is ridiculous.
We're not even seeing a shoot attempt here.
Not a shot,
Minowa.
not a jab, not a punch, not a dreadlock swaying in the wind. I wish these guys would get to work.
All right, finally, Sokoudjou.
There we go.
Ushido Geri turning back kick to the midsection. And it's the only scoring technique so far, which means technically Sokoudjou is ahead in this round.
Well, you can't be behind in this round, really.
And again, Minowa just sitting back. Not even peppering or probing with a jab or testing the waters with a leg kick.
And this isn't even like classical Minowa man. I mean, this guy usually brings the fights. There's never a boring fight with him.
I know, yeah. I was surprised. I've seen him use pro wrestling techniques like the...
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
with the right hand.
Hey, you know, what we didn't realize the strategy. The strategy was to bore everybody to sleep, including his opponent, and then clock him while he was not paying attention.
Hey,
oh
look,
my goodness.
that's a damn good technique, apparently.
Yeah, apparently
got him the championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, Minowa Man, the smallest man in the tournament, is the Super Hulk champion. And Sokoudjou is still down. That was a beautiful shot from Minowa. Just one shot.
That was quite the kibosh, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that put the kibosh in the big kibosh.
Listen, that was a kibosh chowder. Oh, man. I couldn't believe that. That's great.
That was a big surprise.
Man, let's go to the replay.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one again.
Man, that was great.
Minowa Man. Just one shot. It's not often you see Minowa knock out an opponent with his hands. It's always mostly the submission wins. And just the shock, even on the face of Sokoudjou in his corner, that Minowa actually connected with a knockout blow. Sokoudjou, meanwhile, still sitting on the canvas, devastated.
Yeah, I love Minowa Man. They're reading the award to him, and he's spitting water on. That's funny. I think Terry's just disappointed. I don't think he's hurt. I think he's shocked that it happened. He looked at the referee as that he thought it was a early stoppage too. He's just disappointed.
Sasahara-san here making it all official that Minowa Man is about to be crowned the Super Hulk champion. What an ovation. Did you hear that audience pop, Guy? 37,000 suddenly lit up fans here at the Saitama Super Arena went into ecstasy.
Listen, you know, he is a charismatic fighter. I love this guy. You know, I knew him back in the days in Pancrase. He was one of the younger fighters when I was actually finishing up my career.
Do you want to wear the red Speedos I've got on?
Hey, listen,
do you want him? Do you want to borrow them?
Believe it or not,
you want them.
Hey, believe it or not, I have red Speedos. I used to fight in them in Pancrase. You know, which is funny. You know, it's like it's a style that's not really worn anymore, thank goodness. But
hell, I'm bringing it back for my next fight.
Whoa,
hey, you guys,
hey, I'll tell you what. I got some. I'll dust the cobwebs off for you, buddy. You can have them.
Your red Speedos are probably pink these days.
Just make sure you wash them, Miska. There it is, the fist pump, and have a look. 37,000 people are also fist pumping along with Minowa Man. It is just amazing scenes here. The Kinniku Man top team members around the world, Gravity Eyelids, Ain Milat, and all the gang. All around the world, so many hundreds of thousands of Minowa Man fans have got to be enjoying this very special moment. He came in as the underdog in a tournament that featured behemoths like 6'11" Jan Nortier, 6'6", 300 plus pounds of Bob Sapp, 7'2", 300 pounds of Hongman Choi. But it was the smallest man who took it out, 5'9", 185 pounds of the punk. Ikuhisa, Minowa. We know and love him as Minowa Man.
I love this guy, man. I'll tell you what.
Here it is. Oh, left hook on the button. Sokoudjou down.
Boom. Ouch.
It was just the quantity of punches just came forward, swinging, and man, Sokoudjou caught a nice one on the left side of his, or the right side of his chin.
You know, but it may have been a little bit of a quick stoppage here, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it could be argued that it was a quick stoppage, but man, you know, he was down, and I wish they would have let the fight continue a little bit more.
And folks, coming up next, the return to K-1 and Sugar Ray Sefo takes on former World's Cruiserweight Boxing Champ Yosuke Nishijima.
歴史から消えた世界チャンピオン悲運のボクシング王者西島陽介90年代日本人で初めてボクシング重量級の世界タイトルを獲得西島は軽い階級でしか世界を狙えない日本ボクシング界の希望だったそしてさらなる強さを追い求め日本を捨て世界のリングへ メリカンドリームを拳で掴むはずだった。だが度重なる故障により夢半ばで挫折。しかもこの挑戦が規定違反とされライセンス剥奪。戦う場を失った西島は総合格闘技の世界へ。しかし寝技に対応できず連敗。
家族もいるんで生活もあるのでラーメンしながら。
世界を取った男の過酷な現実だが、
まだまだ燃え尽きてないので。
7月 K-1 ルールでピーター・アーツを苦しめ大晦日への参戦をものにした。拳に宿るラストチャンスへの思い。
やっぱりこの負けたままで終われないですね。
立ちはだかるは南海の黒豹レイ・セフォ。全てを破壊するブーメランフック。 K-1 の歴史を築いた拳で西島の執念を打ち砕くか。悲運のボクシング王者最後のチャンス。這い上がる道はただ一つ。レイ・セフォー VS 西島陽介。
ただいまより第4試合 K-1 ヘビー級ワンマッチを行います。
And now for the fourth and K-1 heavyweight match.
不死身の拳が爆発するか。青コーナーより西島陽介選手の入場です。
望みを胸にずっとこの先忘れないように。
Yosuke Nishijima, former WBF World Cruiserweight Boxing Champion. He fights tonight under K-1 rules. He is wearing the boxing shoes, which means Nishijima will not be able to kick in this contest against a veteran of the K-1 game, Sugar Ray Sefo.
Gotta say, that's a pretty big, hurdle to overcome. If he can't kick at all, the outside range is going to be dominated by Sefo.
Nishijima, 5 times he's fought in mixed martial arts, was finished in each and every bout, only made it past the first round once. This is his second fight under K-1 rules. Last time out we saw him on August 11. He fought the Dutch lumberjack Mr. K-1 Peter Ernst, and actually lasted until 1 minute and 24 seconds of the third round when Ernst eventually KO'd him, but he took some inhuman punishment along the way. I am telling you, Nishijima should be nicknamed the Sponge because he can absorb tremendous punishment, guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not the nickname you really want to have in the fight game, because sooner or later, you can't take the shots anymore, and he's an older guy now. And, Ray is a hard puncher and a hard kicker.
They always say that the last thing to go on a boxer is his punch, is the punching power. Even though Nishijima won his world title back in 1997, he still has always that proverbial puncher's chance. The guy still hits hard. He's got a beautiful hook. He's got a wicked uppercut. And Sefo likes to showboat. He likes to stand and trade. But Brother Ray's going to be careful here tonight that he doesn't showboat too much, because Nishijima does have that puncher's chance.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's a faster puncher than Ray. He puts combinations together a little bit better than Ray. But Ray is also a very good boxer, too. But the real advantage here is that is the kicking. And that's what Ray needs to take advantage of. He needs to wear him down with these leg kicks in the knees and the inside and finish him.
Here's the return to K1 of Sugar Ray Sefo. Hasn't competed under K1 rules for 1 year and 2 weeks since defeating Hongman Choi in December 2008. Sugar Ray, who's been focusing on mixed martial arts over the last 12 months, training out of Team Extreme Couture in Las Vegas with Sean Tompkins, Jake Bonacci, Tyson Griffin, Jay Aron, Martin Kampman. Big hello to all the boys. I know they're watching back in Vegas. And look at the entourage on Sugar Ray. Always has more of an entourage than Vinny Chase. He's got his little brother, Ronnie Sefo. He's got the Kiwi connection also there. Jason Supercharged Momoa, Five-Filler Boy, a former Commonwealth Games boxer. And Bryce Ratani Ko. Sefo, who is being inducted into the Masters Martial Arts Hall of Fame in Los Angeles next June. He'll join both Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, who are also members of the Masters Martial Arts Hall of Fame. A 6-time world kickboxing and Muay Thai champion. Light heavyweight, light cruiserweight, super cruiser, heavy and super heavyweight. Made his K1 debut way back in 1996. Was an absolute wrecking machine who was once feared as the hardest hitter in all of K1. Especially when he knocked out Jerome Labana in only his 3rd K1 fight and broke Labana's jaw in 4 places, guy.
Listen, nobody doubts that this brother can't hit hard, and he does. I just would love to see him. You said it earlier. He likes to showboat. He likes to throw down a little bit. I would like to see him be a little bit more clever in his fighting and use those powerful kicks to him, then go to the hands.
Ray telling me he's looking to be contracted by K1 again in 2010. He has been in talks with Mr. Tanagawa, the head of FEG K1, about such a contract. And surely that will depend on Sugar Ray's performance here tonight against Nishijima. Sefo receives a great round of applause here at the Saitama Super Arena. It's good to see him back where he belongs in K1.
青コーナー180センチ 95.0 キログラム西島陽介
An overall record 24-2-1 for Nishijima, 15 knockouts all in his boxing career.
赤コーナー183センチ 115.0 キログラムレイ・セフォー
Sugar Ray Sefo, 54-20-1, 38 knockouts in K1, 2-0 in mixed martial arts, 5-1 in pro boxing, 4 knockouts, a total of 44 knockouts or TKOs in 83 combined bouts for Sugar Ray Sefo, the 38-year-old Samoan out of Las Vegas. 3 by 3-minute rounds, 1 extra round in case of a draw. K1 rules to apply. Once again, Nishijima is not allowed to kick. 3 knockdowns in 1 round and the fight is over. It'll be interesting to see the game plan that Sugar Ray adopts here. He said he'll try and tenderize the legs a little. Look for Nishijima to drop his hands because Nishijima doesn't really know how to check the leg kicks. And when he drops the hands, Ray will try and plant him over the top. The Voice, Michael Chavello, Guy Mezger, and Jason Mayhem Miller with your ringside. Round number 1.
Yeah, I'm more interested in seeing Nishijima's game plan here than Ray Sefo's. I think I can understand Ray Sefo's, but man, Nishijima with no kicking, I mean, standing here on the outside, really, really dangerous.
Outside thigh kick from Ray, that's what he wants to do, just tenderize the leg quadriceps area of Nishijima. And again, he goes to the knee of Nishijima.
Yeah, and you can just see there. I mean,
that hurts. Already hurts.
Already hurts. And look at where the power is on Ray Sefo. I mean, he's got a thick barrel-chested midsection where, you know, all his power is in his hips. So every time those kicks come, they come hard.
Yeah, and when you're not a good kicker or a strong kicker, you got to back the kicker up. It's hard to kick on your heels. You know, you got to throw those double jabs, hook off the jabs, things like that. And this team is not throwing nearly enough techniques.
Oh, Ray looking for the short-range knee on the inside, thought twice about it and didn't throw to the midsection of Nishijima. Snappy jab from Sugar Ray. Still remains one of the fastest heavyweights on the K1 circuit. Good uppercut, left hook, outside thigh kick. And Ray Sefo with the early combination work. Nishijima is 2 right hands. And bobs and weaves. Good evasion from Nishijima.
Good evasion, but only after taking a lot of damage.
Ray needs to use his knees on the inside there because he is ducking. That's one of the mistakes the boxers usually make here is they duck too low and they'll eat those knees.
Sefo setting himself again. A good fight so far. Goes to the outside lead thigh of Nishijima.
Yeah, I mean, Sefo's, you know, K-1 legend, really. I mean, it's crazy to see this.
Oh, the rubber legs! Sefo caught him with a short left hook. Outside thigh kick, overhand right. Going for the headache maker. Uppercut from Sefo. He's wobbled him once already here in the first round.
Yeah, Nishijima looked to shake off those crazy legs, but at the same time, he's not in any better position right now.
But I'm telling you, Mayhem, you can't rule out Nishijima. If he gets a solid shot here on Ray will feel it.
Yeah, he's got the proverbial puncher's chance. I'll agree with you there. But, man, he can't take too much more of this damage. I mean,
nice knee.
And there's the knee. Tried to fold him in half like origami. They tango into the center of the ring, and the referee breaks them. All Ray Sefo so far, 45 seconds on the clock.
Ray looks a little winded, to be honest. I mean, he's kind of taking a break. I think Ray may have hurt his ankle on one of those kicks because he's not kicking now, and I saw him kind of set his foot down kind of gingerly. So I'm curious if he hurt himself on one of those kicks.
Outside thigh kick from Sefo.
Apparently not.
What it actually is, Guy, he sustained a hamstring injury recently, only a few days ago in his final sparring session at Team Ichigeki in Ibisu. So maybe just a little bit ginger on that leg, Ray, as he tries to cork up the outside left thigh of Nishijima. Nice little Muay Thai technique in the clinch there from Ray. Snappy jab again, fires the right hand, and there's Nishijima.
Nishijima hit Ray with a really good left hand that caught Ray and hurt him a little bit.
It stunned him, end of the first round, but you've got to say, one-way traffic for the most to Sugar Ray Sefo.
Easily. Ray easily won that round. Had him hurt twice. Right there, boom, that right hand. Tell you something, that didn't even really hurt him, and that was a beautiful right hand.
I was going to say, Guy, I told you earlier that Nishijima is the sponge. That would have dropped a lesser man.
Oh, yeah.
A Ray Sefo right hand fully chambered like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, anybody throws one. That's the left hook that really hurt him there. That was beautiful. But, yeah, he's still there, which is amazing to me.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Look at that left hook.
Yeah. And still standing after that, you know, it's got to be. It's got to take some of the wind out of Sefo's sails, let me tell you.
Yeah, I think right after that, Ray said, all right, he's going to be here. I might as well finish this round.
Let me stop and get a drink of water real quick.
We are ready to roll a second round of 3. Ray Sefo, more combinations than a Vegas slot machine in the first round. Can he keep it going here? Let's hope he doesn't gas out. Meanwhile, Nishijima has to get on the inside. He's not allowed to kick, and he's got to try and drop the bombs.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a little different if you guys notice. In K1, they announce who won the round. They already did that. So we know that Ray won that round, 10-9.
Counter right hand from Sefo. Fires a knee to the upper right rib cage.
You know, the funny part here is I'm looking over at Jason. He's not accustomed to your one-liners, and he's actually laughing.
I've seen him on Bully Beatdown. He's got some lines of his own. Don't worry about that.
They're so much better here live sitting next to you, where I get to look at you with the funny face every
Hey, you know
time.
what, though? It's okay. You don't have to hit the cough button. You go ahead and laugh at his stuff on camera because you'll be laughing too much.
All tied up. They tango. Nishijima just breaks off. Ray's got to go back to the legs here.
Yeah, Nishijima's starting to look comfortable, which is shocking. You know, I would think that after that round, he'd be less comfortable.
Oh! Spinning back into the midsection.
Yes!
That'll cut you in half. Nishijima won't be breathing right after that one.
He's going to need some Pepsid AC after that.
How's
kick
that
to the
from
stomach.
a 38-year-old Ray Sefo catching with a turning back kick to the midsection?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
very ballerina-esque from the large Samoan. Slowing down a bit, yeah. Slowing down a bit. I mean, he looks to be looking for one shot at a time now. When in the first round he was going, you know,
Clips him the left hand again to Sefo. He took the fight on 2 weeks' notice. He signed the deal on December 5th when he was in Tokyo for the K-1 Grand Prix as a special guest. Sefo hands down, not where he wants to be, and just uses that shoulder to lock up the right hand of Nishijima. Clever old school tactic there from Ray Sefo.
Yeah, Ray's defense was good. He kept his shoulder on him there. They were so close. He really wasn't going to get hit with anything solid. Nishijima even recognized that, backed off, and restarted.
He knows all the tricksters. Ray's been fighting since the early 90s.
Nice combos.
Snappy jab from Sefo. Needs to go back and sling the legs, though, I feel.
He's got to get his hands up. He always does that. I don't like when he does that.
Nishijima returning the showboat, sticks a jab in the face. Ray's got to watch that right hand of Nishijima, though. And Nishijima does a bit of a moonwalk.
Got him with a little sweep.
Sneaky technique. He has been training MMA.
Yeah,
Ooh, big leg kick. You can hear that one reverberate around this massive auditorium.
That's an ACL snapper.
yeah.
And again, cracks just above the lead knee of Nishijima. Those will score well for Sefo.
I'm surprised not, to see Ray Sefo not using the inside leg kick a lot.
That uppercut almost went through the ceiling. Looping left hand from Nishijima, missed the target. Ray circles off to his right.
Ray needs to keep his hands up, though. He's punching, and then his hands are coming to his hips and not back to his shoulder area, which makes me a little nervous for him. Yeah, he needs a knee inside there, too. Yeah.
You heard your guy. End of the second round. One more to go, Mr. Mezga. How does Mezga Vision see it after two?
I think Ray won that one, too, pretty easily. I think he just had the better shots.
Well, MTV really does stand for Mayhem TV. How does Mayhem TV see it after two?
Yeah, you know, I see that. Yeah, Sefo, but he's kind of. I'm kind of frustrated because I would like to see Sefo kind of end this fight now, and he's doing very James Toney-like, do just enough to win the fight.
Okay, all three judges scoring at 10 points apiece, so Sefo still in the lead after 2019 on all three judges' scorecards, so Nishijima is still well within this fight.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's one punch, you know, one punch turnaround. You know, you talk about the puncher's chance. You know, Nishijima couldn't do it. Sefo, if he starts to be lazy like he was in that round and lets Nishijima turn the tide, man, it could be bad.
I mean, Ray's got a good chin, though, and so it's going to be tough. He's going to have a knockdown in order to even bring it into a draw situation.
Yeah, he's really confident in his chin.
Third and final round. Nishijima needs a 10-9er here to push a draw and force it into an extension. Jab from Sefo, and again, good full extension on it there. Looks for the counter right hand as Ray.
I'll tell you something, like you mentioned before about how fast he is. He is really deceptively fast because he's built like a bear.
And Nishijima went down on one knee. Referee puts the count on. Ray caught him sweetly with the right hand. And Nishijima really needs to score a knockdown now because this will be a 10-8 round otherwise.
He needs a knockout is what he needs. Even if he drops him twice, he can't win the fight. He needs a knockout. He needs to be pressing this fight if he wants it.
You know, great effort here from Ray Sefo. He comes in, you know, on short notice. That's great. You know, he's doing really well.
He'd relax for the rest of the year. Had no intentions of fighting until Mr. Tanagawa said, "Do you want to fight on Dynamite?" Returns to K-1 rules, and Ray was all too eager. Good inside thigh kick to that very tender part of the inside thigh. You wonder what an inside thigh kick feels like? If you're watching at home, just slap yourself really hard on your inside thigh and you'll feel it.
I don't think that a leg kick from Ray Sefo is equal to a slap.
Yeah. Take a baseball bat and hit yourself on the inside leg. That's going to be the
if you have a baseball bat available in your lounge room, for sure.
Oh, a side kick,
side
baby.
Kick from Ray.
Side kick. I love it.
Going old school karate on that ass.
Outside thigh kick missed the target. Ray turning it on here in the final round. Good uppercut. Tucks it under the jawline.
Yeah, Ray took 2 hard shots there. Yeah, he's definitely shucked it off. He didn't look hurt at all.
Good jab. And again the right hand from Sefo.
Now that's speed.
Left hook outside thigh kick. Combination work. 38-year-old Sefo on 2 weeks' notice is bringing it home strongly here in the third.
You know, I'm amazed at how fast Ray still is at 38. I mean, speed goes. You know.
Oh, and again, jab 2. There's the pulverizing right cross and the short uppercut. Nishijima taking some punishment here in the third round. 45 seconds on the clock. It's been all Ray Sefo.
Yeah, Sefo really putting the numbers up in this round, like landing hard power shots.
Nishijima, he's quit in his mind because he's not doing enough to take this.
Nice.
He's got to press the fight more.
Good counter right hand, flush on the kisser again from Sefo. Nishijima eats an uppercut, eats another right hand to the orbital bone. 20 seconds ago, walks into a stiff jab. Outside thigh kick, and Sefo is just taking him apart.
I wish Ray would hold his hands up a little bit higher, though.
10 seconds remaining, and Ray blows a kiss to the crowd. Nishijima, has he got one big shot left? I think he's resigned to the fact that he's lost this one, Nishijima. It's going to be Sefo's round. It's going to be Sefo's fight. He ends 2009 with a win and a return to K-1 rules. He's still got some kick in him, Guy.
Yeah, you know what? Like I said, I'm amazed at how fast he is at 38 years old. I can tell you, I'm a few years older than him, but when I was 38, I was not nearly as fast as I was when I was 28. That's for sure. But Ray really looked sharp. Punches were sharp, good speed. You know, maybe a little too relaxed, like Jason had said. I think so too. I think he just kind of a little too relaxed out there.
Just did enough to win the fight. I mean, I think that he could have finished that fight a few different times. But I like how he poured it on the at the end there. But yeah, like I said, he did enough to win the fight, no hands down.
Well, Nishijima wearing more leather than Jason Miller in a night at Roppongi. And this should be an easy victory here for Sefo. A return to K-1 rules after more than 12 months out. And great sportsmanship as always from the gentleman Ray Sefo. And also, I'll take my hat off if I was wearing a hat to Nishijima. Shots like that, clean shots from Ray Sefo, have knocked out many a lesser fighter and many a greater fighter than Nishijima in the past.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, his nickname should be Sponge, not a name you really want to have in the fight business. But yeah, I mean, he did a great job. He absorbed a lot of shots, and Ray's a hard puncher.
And folks, that means coming up next it will be the final of the K-1 KOSHIEN Under-18 Championship when Masaaki Noiri takes on Shota Shimada.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem.
The national anthem about to be sung here by Misono for our K-1 KOSHIEN final.
独唱は Misono-san です。
The Japanese national anthem will be sung by Misono.
Kimi ga yo wa chiyo ni yachiyo ni sazare ishi no iwa to darite koke no musu made
皆様どうぞご着席ください。
You may be seated.
青コーナー 176.5 センチ 61.9 キログラム島田翔太。赤コーナー174センチ 61.4 キログラムノイリマサキ。
We are ready for the final of the K-1 KOSHIEN Under-18 High School Championships. Shota Shimada, who said he is fighting for his father, Masaaki Noiri, who took out the defending champion and the favorite, Hiroya. Final instructions from the center referee, 3 by 2. A 2-minute round. needed if we go to a draw. A win decided by KO, TKO, or judge's decision. Their 5 count is in application. So too is the 3 knockdowns in 1 round. Michael Chavello, Guy Mesga, Jason Mayhem Miller with your ringside from the Saitama Super Arena in Japan, all part of Fields Dynamite 2009. And here's Noiri in the red, Shimada in the blue. Good rib kick from Shimada early on. Noiri tries to tag him with a left hook and a high knee to the rib cage.
You know, this is when these guys are a little bit more evenly matched in height and length, although you can see Shimada still got the longer legs. In fact, now I look at it, much longer legs.
Good counter right hand there from Masaaki Noiri. We saw him use it effectively against Hiroya earlier on. So too with the front kick.
He's also got really good counter front leg. Oh, good right hand there. Very good counter left kicks to the leg. Lead kicks to the leg.
Already Noiri employing that right hand. The 16-year-old from Shigakukan High School. Will turn 17 next May. Shimada just turned 18 on November 17. He's from Shimada Juku School. Outside thigh kick. Nicely done. Step across from Shimada. The speed here, Mayhem, is just insane.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really technical battle here. Like good counters from both guys and counter to a re-counter. It's very impressive, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful technique.
Yeah, there's no like definite really hard shots except Noiri's right hand so far. But you know, it's early in the fight.
Uppercut from Shimada. Noiri wades in again, all tied up, throws him around to Shimada, looking to break and work some distance. Checks the inside thigh kick, counters with an outside leg kick. There's the right hand down the center corridor from Noiri. Misses with the left hook. Eats a right hand to the orbital bone.
Yeah, Noiri's moving forward with those punches. I mean, very effectively, but gets countered right there.
Yeah, I agree with you there. He's catching these shots. He's taking punishment that doesn't need to be taken.
Into the first round, we go to the towels. How did Mesga Vision see it?
I think Shimada won that just because I think he did a very good job of countering real well. You know, I'm not exactly sure how much they weigh the power punch versus the other techniques with the amateurs. You know?
Yeah.
That's one thing we don't know.
Yeah, that was a really, really close round with Noiri being more aggressive, but it seems to be, you know, and landing that big shot. But Shimada seemed to land a majority of the shots in that round.
It just gives you an indication as to the popularity of this Under-18 High School Championship Series, that the final is being held here tonight in front of 37,000 at Saitama Super Arena on the biggest fight night of the year, and also the many millions watching across Japan on TBS. Family and friends of both the fighters here.
Yep, I don't think these guys have a problem getting dates for prom. What do you think?
And once again, the Shimada family with Shimada's grandmother. That's surely not Shimada's mum. Maybe older sister.
Or milk-tastic.
That's what I was going to say. Yep, no, it's his sister. Amazing scenes here. Saitama Super Arena, second round of 3. Masaaki Noiri has to find the range with that trip hammer of a right hand. Shimada opens up, moving counterclockwise, staying out of range of the right hand. Good uppercut counter.
Yeah, really good.
Ooh, Sarah just skipped up nicely off both legs, and he sweeps out the support leg. Muay Thai. Illegal, of course, under K-1 rules, and the referee just cautions him.
That was a hard dump. He should have been penalized for that one. That was intentional.
Good leg check from Shimada.
Nice combo. Right hand inside leg kick.
Wild uppercut. Double forearms guard against the high left round kick from Noiri. There's the tip kick to the midsection and jumping knee. Locks up Noiri now. Certainly won't have a slow fight in the K-1 KOSHIEN. I've never seen one yet since its inception in 2007.
Yeah, Shimada being really effective right now by moving, and not being a fixed target for Noiri to score on.
Front kick from Noiri. Shimada faking with the cross, stomping down the lead foot.
Yeah, he seems way less, you know, worse for the wear. Like, he's moving so much.
Ooh, good left hand from Noiri. Caught him.
hands.
Just tucked it behind the ear, did Masaaki Noiri.
Oh,
There's
nice
the right
right hand.
hand. Smack bang to the jawline again from Noiri. 30 seconds remaining, second round of 3. Looking for the knee, the gut muncher was Noiri.
Oh, another right hand. Another knee.
Noiri coming alive.
Referee moves in. He's going to put a count here. It looks
Wow.
like on Shimada. 5 count, of course. Wipe off the gloves. He's okay to continue here. That right hand is an absolute treat.
Yeah, he's really scoring with that right hand.
You know, you say that, but he started that combination out with a double left hook.
Yeah,
That was really good, too.
Yeah, he came out with that and had him guessing, and then bam, straight down the right.
So if Shimada had the first round, definitely a 10-8 second round to Masaaki Noiri. What does Shimada need to do, Guy, in the third and final?
Well, he's got to go back to countering better. He's not doing as good a job countering Noiri's forward movement, and he needs to do that. He needs to do hit, move, and he's just not doing that very well. He didn't do it very well that second round. And Noiri needs to use a little bit more angles, but go back to using a lot of combinations with those hands, followed up with that kicks. He's not. I don't think he's kicking enough.
Gotta love the atmosphere here with the families and friends. It really does add another element. And once again, the Shimada clan. They're going to talk to Grandma Shimada.
Wow, that's got to be some motivation for a fighter. Your grandma is yelling from the stands.
How can you lose in front of your grandma? Final round of action. Noiri will be ahead, given a 10-8 second round.
Yeah, I'm curious. Do they score this? What I don't know if they score it 10-9 like they do, because amateur boxing and amateur kickboxing is scored differently than pro kickboxing, pro boxing.
Ooh, a high right round kick off the bow from Shimada. High left round kick off the lead leg from Noiri. Good agility from him.
Yeah, if Shimada keeps moving, that's where he can win. If Noiri can just get it into a slugfest, man, it's going to be, it'll be bad things for Shimada.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you there.
Yeah.
Nice right hand.
Right hand again.
He just curled that one over the top of the left glove as Shimada momentarily dropped it to his chest. Noiri is so quick with that right hand.
I think he needs to go back to that straight right, left.
Ooh, the
kick.
cross again off the right.
I'll tell you something that Noiri's doing a lot better, though. He's making Shibata's front kick miss. You notice that? It's about 3 or 4 of the front kicks that just totally missed, which is good because that throws his balance completely off, and again, his confidence, too, for that matter.
He just measured the leg kick, put the jab in the face to Shibata. Nice technique from him. Double jab again, looks for the liver section, and he swung wildly. Eats another cross from Noiri. We're seeing Noiri do what he did against Hiroya, where he uses the right cross as a lead punch rather than set it up with a jab.
But he's not throwing enough combinations there. He's throwing that right hand, throwing that right hand, throwing that right hand, instead of like right hand, left hook, leg kick, or something like that. That's what I would like to see him do a little bit better.
Half a minute remaining.
Dangerous to go to the well too many times.
Flipped him in the nose with a left hand.
Then again, you could just be a non-stop rock'em sock'em kickboxing robot here.
There's a cut here. There's a cut here on Shimada. He is bleeding.
I believe it's from the nose.
Yeah, I think it's a nose.
He busted his nose with the right hand early and possibly even in the second round.
Ooh, there's a right
nice
hand
kick.
again.
Left kick to the chops, too.
Shimada's going to be breathing through the back of his neck, courtesy of the right hands from Noiri. There it is! End of the third and final. Noiri pumps the fist in the air, as well he should mayhem, because I believe Masaaki Noiri is about to be crowned the high school champion.
Yeah, he may have cinched it with that round right there. I mean, he did a lot of effective striking. Shimada came alive for a bit in that round, but I think maybe he just got overwhelmed.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a Noiri win.
Masaaki Noiri, who came in as the complete underdog here tonight. His record was only 2-0 coming in. Whereas Shimada came in with a record of 5-1. Haruya, of course, with a multitude of fights. But Noiri has come through as the complete outsider. And we're sure we're going to see him given the nod here.
判定の結果をお伝えいたします。ジャッジ友武30対27赤ノイリー。
First charge
ジャ
for
ッジ
Masaaki
角度
Noiri.
30対28赤ノイリー。
Second judge 30-27, 30-28. And all three judges 30-28. So the third, Masaaki Noiri is the K-1 king of the under-18s, the Koshien champion. I tell you what, Guy and Mayhem, this is a kid, only 16 years old, throwing such succulent technique, has all the makings of a future K1 Max star.
You know, absolutely. You know what I would love to see? I mean, this is a great example of a great youth program, a great amateur program that's developed. These guys are really awesome things. I would love to see this development, this kind of development in America. You know, I'd love to see kickboxing develop like this. I'd love to see MMA develop like this. It would really make a huge difference in the growth of our sport and also the quality of the athletes.
Well, you know, and I think those times are coming. We need that in place for in America, you know, because nowadays, when I was a kid, everyone did skateboarding. Now, everyone does MMA. So, you know, it's cool to see. And if we have some programs like this, make it happen.
Yeah, it'd be over the top.
Fantastic ovation for a very brave Shota Shimada. He came in, did his best, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough to upset Masaaki Noiri, whose confidence was peaking from the moment he stepped into the ring and took out the defending champion Haruya.
続きまして K-1 甲子園実行委員会前田健作より副賞として西鉄旅行様より
It's about to be made all official in center ring. Shimada, the runner-up.
It looks like the old kickboxing champion Maida there was giving the awards. He was a fighter. Most guys that America don't know him, but he fought a lot in the 90s. A heck of a warrior.
And the champion is
And there it is. It is all official. Masaaki Noiri is the K-1 KOSHIEN champion of 2009. He also wins a trip to Hawaii with his parents as part of his prize.
62キロ級トーナメント優勝。
Yeah, that'd be a better prize. That'd be like the second place prize. The first place prize should be that he gets together with his girlfriend.
埼玉スーパーアリーナにて開催されました
Hey, you get to go with your
K-1
parents.
甲子園2009ファイナルにおいて当初の通り優秀な成績を収められました。よってその栄誉をたたえここに表彰いたします。2009年12月31日 K-1 甲子園実行委員前田健作おめでとうございます。
What a moment.
そして株式
For
会社
Masaaki
TBS テレビ
Noiri,
事業
his
局長
friends and his family.
優勝トロフィーの贈呈です。
And folks, that means coming up next, we will be kicking off our Dream vs. Sengoku series when Hiroshi Izumi, the judoka, takes on the pro wrestler Katsuyori Shibata.
西鉄旅行様より親子で行くハワイ旅行の贈呈です。 そしてチャンピオンベルトの贈呈です。お願いします。 皆様、K-1 甲子園2009チャンピオンの座を獲得したノイリー選手に今のうちの盛大な拍手をお願いします。
What
それではここでチャンピオンの喜びの声をお聞きください。
大石ジムのノイリ正明です。今日優勝できたのはジムの代表である大石先生、それと自分の先輩の俊介君や同じ道場生龍也君をはじめいろんな道場生に支えられてきて、それが結果となってこう優勝できたと思ってます。やっぱりこういう舞台で優勝できて恩返しじゃないんですけど、とりあえず恩返しできたことがすごい嬉しいです。でこれからも K-1 マックスで自分は活躍していきたいんで、これからも応援よろしくお願いします。ありがとうございました。
皆様、3連敗の大きな一歩を踏み出したノイリ正明選手に今一度盛大な拍手をお願いします。そして素晴らしい戦いを見せてくれた島田選手にも盛大な拍手をお願いします。
戦国対抗戦開戦。戦国軍先鋒、アテネオリンピック金メダリスト泉博史、本州最北端の地大間、マグロ漁の盛んなこの町で泉は漁師の息子として生まれ育った。漁師の子は漁師となるのが大間のしきたりだが、
10年をつなまっていけると、どうしばとドラマや順当にやりたいと。
3人の兄が漁師の道を進む中、泉は父の反対を押し切り単身上京。志したのは柔らの道。マグロのことは忘れた。
自分だけ違う道だったんで、結果残せなかったらもうはやめようと思ってましたし、突っ走ってきたって感じですね。
そして2004年のアテネオリンピック、自分の信念を貫き通した泉は見事銀メダルを獲得した。
派だな立派だなって本当に涙は出ある、
だがあれから5年畳に別れを告げた泉はマグロではなくリングを選んだ。父は耳を疑った。
このバカ者とくれてナバ格闘技やるに出したんでみんなでじゃん柔道一つずつねやるつもりでナバやったけど
激怒する父をよそに迎えたデビュー戦。そこで見せたのは柔道家とは思えない投げ技ゼロの殴り合い。壮絶に切った。それ見たことか。
もうとにかく結果出せれば俺を連れて帰るしてる。
早く諦めて漁師になれ。父は本気だ。どうする泉。
ここまで反対されると思わなかったですけどね。また気持ちを変えてもらいたいというか結果でしか、自分の存在感っていうのを出せないと思うんで。
泳いでも泳いでも忍び寄るマグロの影。大晦日もし破れたら。
いやマグロうるせえよ。
ドリーム軍先鋒強肩レスラー柴田勝頼。昭和プロレスの匂いを漂わせ現代 MMA を生きる拳自慢のプロレスラー。今年はノリに乗っている。4月ミノワマンとの試合ではへそで投げるぶっこ抜きジャーマンで度肝を抜いた。ケージマッチでも強肩ぶりを発揮。今年2戦2勝と名城街道まっしぐら。ドリーム軍唯一のプロレスラーは泉に早速ガブリ。
マグロ言ってますけど試合にマグロ関係ないでしょ。それは何ですか。試合に負けたら漁師になるとかそういうことなんですか。そうなんですか。漁師になる方向で残念ですから大晦日のマットに沈めてマグロにしてやります。
ドリーム柴田勝頼戦国泉博史。
ただいまより本日の第6試合ドリーム VS SRC 戦国対抗戦無差別級ワンマッチを行います。
And now for the 7th and SRC Sengoku Dream Light Featherweight Q match.
青コーナーより泉博史選手の入場です。
27-year-old Hiroshi Izumi, 5'8", 198 pounds from the Shimokita district, Aomori, here in Japan. 0-1 in his mixed martial arts career, this judo star was absolutely thugged and blasted in his mixed martial arts debut against New Zealand kickboxer Ants Nansen at Sengoku 10, when Izumi foolishly chose to stand and trade with the South Auckland slugger and paid the price. Won silver in the men's under 90 kilos division at the Athens Olympic Games in 2004. Won gold at the World Judo Championships in Cairo in 2005. Also won gold at the Asian Championships in Jeju in 08 and gold at the East Asian Championships in Shenzhen in 2007. He won his medal at the Athens Games by defeating the Georgian judoka Surab by Osoto Gaeshi, which is a major outer counter throw. One of the finer judo techniques, and hopefully we'll see Izumi get a chance to work some of his beautiful judo against Shibata here tonight. We didn't see it against Nansen. It was just a slugfest. But Izumi's a man who can throw the Utsurogoshi, a changing hip throw, the Uranage, a rear throw, the Ashiguruma, the leg wheel throw. Judo techniques we'd like to see him employ here tonight, and hopefully he'll get that chance against the pro wrestler Shibata. This is the first of 9 contests, Dream versus Sengoku. The 2 biggest organizations in Japan and 2 of the big 4 in the world going head-to-head here tonight. The bookmakers have Dream as the favorite to win the challenge overall at -355, Sengoku at +285. In this fight, Izumi is at +125, Shibata the favorite at -155.
赤コーナーより柴田勝頼選手の入場です。
Katsuyori Shibata comes up a TKO over Ishizawa at ring 12 in the white cage in 4 minutes and 52 of the first round. Before that, had a win over Minowa Man at Dreammate. Before that, he hadn't won in 7 fights with losses to the likes of Maha Sakurai, Mayhem Miller, Sakuraba, and Akiyama, who beat him just by staring at him from across the ring. That caused Shibata's knees to turn to jelly, and a severe loss of breath in awe of Akiyama's ridiculous sexiness. Well, that's what I think. It may have just been a gi choke, but I think that's what really caused it. Mayhem, you've fought Shibata. How is he in the ring?
The thing that he really brings is an intensity that is unmatched by any fighter today. He got the most intensity of anyone and never quits. I begged him to quit.
And that's a lot coming from you, Mr. Intensity of all time.
I know. I was like, wow, this is an intensity matchup.
Hiroshi Izumi, the judoka. 0-1 in mixed martial arts.
It'd be interesting the game plan that Izumi has. If he continues with the game plan that he's known for doing, he'll probably jump into a front headlock choke here and see if he can get out of it. He has been completely out of his element here in his first fight.
You're saying that judo doesn't translate well to mixed martial arts for him?
Well, it would if he would use judo. His last fight, he used absolutely no judo techniques whatsoever. It's not like judo's known for striking, and that's what he did. Complete striking game.
We are set for 5 by 3. It's 3 rounds, 5 minutes long. No extension round in case of a draw. Winner determined by Ippon, KO, or decision. It is Sengoku versus Dream. Michael Chiavello, Guy Mesga, and Jason Mayhem Miller with you ringside. All part of Fields Dynamite 2009 from the Saitama Super Arena in Japan. Izumi left of screen there, Shibata right of screen.
Yeah, a little feeling out process here. I think Shibata has improved as a fighter. You know what I mean? I think that he's come out and he's shown some good stuff against Maha Sakurai. He's landed some big shots and suplexes in his fights recently. I don't say that he's just a pro wrestler. He's also a fighter now.
One of my favorite moves of the year so far when he suplexed Minowa Man at Dreammate. It was extraordinary from Shibata. Former amateur wrestler, of course. He competed in the Nationals in 1997, turned pro in 1999, wrestling with New Japan Pro, where he stayed until 05 and then became a freelance wrestler. Still competes, or should I say still acts in pro wrestling these days.